Starting, away we go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Saturdays with Tara. I'm Mary Beth at the Law of Attraction Club on the web at theloaclub.com. This Hangout on Air presents our theme for the week. If you're live with us on this Hangout, you're welcome to join us on our conference line for our continued discussion after the Hangout. Please dial in using the number on your screen. We'd love to hear your questions and comments. Our discussion of the theme for the week also continues on our open call each week on alternating Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you're watching the recorded video, we'll be adding pop-up links with more information about us and our extended audio recording. Robin will be bringing through Tara for us today, so we welcome Robin and Tara.
Welcome. Let's begin here. To make a change in your life, you make a new belief choice and then you line up with it. That's it. When we describe it that way, we're describing a process that really is that simple. But even simple processes are not easy to follow if you've developed some strong patterns of belief that sabotage your best efforts to make those changes. So today we're going to really go into detail about law of attraction and vibration. We're going to delve into what we call your expectation tapestry. We're going to have you understand what's in that tapestry, what's in it that you want, what's in it that you don't want, and how to change it. Now, we recognize that becoming proficient at this takes focus. And in order to keep that focus, you're going to have to get to a reasonable degree of confidence that we're right when we describe who you are and how everything gets created. As we discussed last week, nobody can prove anything to anybody. Each of you must make your own decisions about the fundamental truth of your existence. Like any consciousness, all we can ever do is to describe what things look like from our perspective. It's up to you to decide what rings your bells and what best answers your questions. What's important is to make a decision and run with it. What follows here is what the view looks like from our particular vantage point. Now, we understand that in your world, there may be many so-called law of attraction gurus who do not really understand these concepts. In part, that comes from thinking of it as a law, as something sort of arbitrary that you can use or not use, when actually it's the universal and foundational principle that describes how everything gets shaped. It shapes the consciousness that's you and everything non-physical you could ever experience. It shapes everything that you would call physical, and that includes you and this world and every so-called physical realm there ever is or was or will be. We're calling it so-called physical because now we're going to challenge you to step a little outside of that idea that there's a solid, continuous, shared world out there, because it's actually all an inside job. Here's what we know. At your core, you are, we all are, timeless extensions of the collective consciousness of all that is. What we all choose to desire and believe in creates our individual tapestries of expectation. Your tapestry defines a version of you, and each version comes with its own matching context. In your case, that's the world around you. When you choose new beliefs and expectations, you change and your context changes. In other words, that world that's out there that you seem to share with everybody else is actually your own personal virtual reality. It's a reflection of who you are, and you're creating it on the fly, moment by moment. When you woke up into it this morning, the bed, the floor, the walls, time and gravity were all there instantly without focus or attention. And that's because, and only because, you knew at all levels of your being that they would be. You were aligned around that expectation at a conscious level and at all subconscious levels. That world matches your law of attraction vibration. So now we're getting to perhaps the least understood part of it all. That simple, then you line up with it part we started out with. So try this. And as you do, notice your conscious thought process when I say these words. What is in your awareness right now? How do you react to that word awareness? What does awareness mean? What is awareness? Now be aware of what you can physically feel right now. Your feet on the floor, your butt on the seat, the clothing on your body, the air flowing in your nostrils as you breathe. And notice that none of these things were in your awareness until we call them to your attention. So there's a whole world going on you're engaged in, but unaware of. It's an unconscious engagement. Now let's go up a level to the observer level. Be aware of yourself being aware of what you're thinking, of the thoughts that are coming into your head as we speak, and the decisions you're making about them. Are you beginning to see that there are many other levels and sub-levels of what we'll call your superconscious? Your expectation tapestry exists throughout these levels. Every part of it was created from an original conscious choice at some point. But on any given day, almost none of it resurfaces into consciousness. Think back to waking up this morning and the moment you stepped consciously onto this seemingly solid planet. You knew how it would be. It wasn't a conscious knowing, but if you'd thought of it consciously, there would have been no misalignment. The bed and the floor and time and gravity are just a minuscule part of a whole raft of certainties you've created around yourself today. And along with the certainties, there are your probabilities and your possibilities and your improbabilities and your impossibilities. Are you beginning to get a sense of the way your world takes shape? You set the boundaries within which all your experiences play out. Now let's revisit our simple statement. To make a change in your life, make a new belief choice and then line up with it. Creating new things in your world is not just a matter of conscious focus. It's a matter of achieving alignment at all levels. And here's the good news. It was making those old belief choices of yours and then practicing them into fixtures that created that tapestry in the first place. Making changes is the same process. It's a matter of making a new choice. What do I want now? And then practicing that choice into all levels of your consciousness. Hope is the doorway to belief. Belief is the doorway to knowing. Knowing is the doorway to certainty and to manifestation. From our friend Bashar. Select what you prefer without judging, invalidating what you do not prefer. You become whatever you focus your attention on. To assign any meaning to anything, either a positive meaning or a negative meaning, is to invite that into your life. Being neutral about something, assigning it no meaning, is the way to not attract that reality into your life. To say, that's terrible, means you are attracting that reality. That's wonderful means you are attracting that reality. I feel neutral about that means you are not attracting that reality. Preference is exercising your ability to discern what is really you, what excites you, and then making choices aligned with the real you. To prefer one thing does not necessitate invalidating those other things you do not prefer. So what's in that tapestry of yours right now? The simple answer is look around you. For a more comprehensive answer, you can wander around those levels a bit. It's just a matter of getting quiet and going inside. You will know. If we had asked you what you would wake up into, you would have thought about it and you would have been able to tell us. And in similar fashion, you can know everything that's there. It may not be detailed, but if you pick a topic, you can get a sense by how you feel what you've already decided about that topic. And when you make a new belief choice, ask yourself what you truly expect. If it's not the answer you want, it's simply time for some practice. From Abraham. The law of attraction is responding to your thought, not to your current reality. When you change the thought, your reality must follow suit. If things are going well for you, then focusing upon what is happening now will cause the well-being to continue. But if there are things happening now that are not pleasing, you must find a way of taking your attention away from those unwanted things. As you imagine and visualize and verbalize your new story, in time you will believe the new story. And when that happens, the evidence will flow swiftly into your experience. A belief is only a thought you continue to think. And when your beliefs match your desires, then your desires must become your reality. So to reset your law of attraction vibration, the secret is to know who you are and to be ongoingly aware of the power you have to create whatever you want. First, you make a new choice. Then you practice that choice into your tapestry and thereby step into a new version of you. That new version attracts a new matching context, which means you step into a new version of everything and intersect with new versions of everybody. There is nothing you cannot be, do, or have. And this is the process whereby you experience all of that. And now we move to our longer discussion, where we'll talk some more about tapestries, possibilities, and certainties, and we'll answer any question you have.
If you've been live with us on this Hangout, our discussion continues now on our conference line. You're welcome to join us and bring your questions and comments. Use the number on your screen. If you're watching the recorded video, click the pop-up links on your screen for more info about us and the audio of the full call. And if you'd really like to change your life in the next 12 months, we have 2 fantastic programs you can join right now. Check us out at theloaclub.com/programs.